Welcome to the Marriage Be Like podcast. We're your hosts, Kenny
and Kenya.
And we are so glad that you are joining us today. Listen, this podcast is here to discuss love and relationships, life topics, and how to navigate through it all.
Disclaimer, we are not specialists or counselors or professionals in these fields. We are a married couple who's got 27 years of life experiences under our belt. We hope to open some discussions, build communication, and plant some seeds. So sit back, enjoy, and let's have a conversation and grow together. Welcome to another podcast.
Yes, welcome.
We are on season 2.
Season 2.
And this is the Marriage Be Like podcast. We thank you so much for joining us. We thank you. We are honored, actually, for you to join us.
Absolutely.
And if this is your first time, thank whoever sent you over as a referral. Thank them because that means they care about you.
Thank you very much.
They care about you. They want you to hear our podcast, to get the information that we give to anyone who will listen.
Anybody.
So we thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you'll enjoy.
Yes.
And of course, if you do enjoy, well, we know you'll enjoy. But when you do enjoy, share, refer,
subscribe.
Yes.
Like it.
For those who are regular watchers and listeners, we thank you. As always, we are so happy that you join us each week, and we just can't thank you enough, honestly.
Honestly, yes.
So this is the Marriage Be Like podcast. We are not professionals, but we are marriage advocates, and we just love to talk about marriage, and hopefully we can plant some seeds to everyone who listens.
That's right.
Sometimes we have guests on, don't we, babe?
That's right. Once in a while.
Every once in a while. Today we do not. Today it's just us.
Just us.
Kenya. So today we're talking about apologies.
Yes. The anatomy of an apology. Yes.
If you're listening on Envision Radio, thank you for listening. You're listening on envision-radio.com. And it comes on Thursdays at 4 Eastern Time and 3 Central Time.
Yes.
After which, on Friday and thus after, you can listen to us on anywhere you get your podcast.
Yeah. Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, iHeart.
Everywhere.
YouTube,
and YouTube. Yes, I was about to say. So we also post it on our socials, and you can get more information about all of that at the end.
Yes.
All right. So jumping right in, babe. What are our questions today?
Okay. So the first question I have for us today is, when was the last time you apologized, but then realized later that it was more about getting over the argument than truly owning what happened?
I already got my answer. And I'll read the next question. Can trust be turned even if forgiveness comes slowly? Then when does healing begin?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going deep today, y'all.
Deep. I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are ready. Look, I hope I'm ready. So the anatomy of an apology. So, I mean, first off, let's talk about the fact that things happen.
Things happen. Yes.
Things happen. We say things we don't mean, or we do things we don't mean to do.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe we did mean it, right? I mean, so and the reason why I throw that part out there, you know, maybe we did mean it.
No, you're right. Sometimes we do mean it.
Yeah. So you know, we mean.
I'll apologize later. You know, but sometimes you do mean it.
Well, I mean, the reality is, though, sometimes you mean what you say, but not how it's said, or how it impacted.
That's true.
So we want to talk about that in today's episode. So
the purpose of an apology.
Yes. Why do we apologize in marriage? I mean, what's the real goal?
Yeah. Well, the real goal is to make peace and keep your connection.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, yeah. And again, like I say, things happen. We make mistakes.
Yeah, we do.
You know, how many times? I mean, like we asked the question, when was the last time you made an apology and realized that it was just so you can get over the argument? Here's the thing. Sometimes even in arguments or spirited discussions, that we really like to call them, sometimes we say things to, I don't know, to prove a point or to one-up each other.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Right. I mean, and so we really don't mean it.
Depending on who you are.
Depending on who you are.
Mine is to prove a point. I need you to get my point.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say it 5 or 6 ways. And then I just go right back to the first way.
Okay.
If you still ain't got my point, then I give up.
Yeah. I mean, so those kinds of things happen a lot. And I think we look back, we realized that we didn't mean anything or half of what we said in an
Yeah, that's
argument.
true.
You know, and that becomes a really a
Particularly
challenge.
once you start getting into past stuff and
Oh yeah,
that kind of thing, because you can start saying something and then it'll trigger,
yes,
your partner's brain. And it's like, well, wait a minute, from 2 years ago, I remember when.
yeah,
And then now we on to something else. And
yeah,
then it just compiles on to
right,
what you were already arguing about or spiritually discussing.
right,
So yeah, it can get kind of ugly sometimes even.
yeah. It really can.
So it just depends on who you are and how you will let your emotions drive you in that time.
Yeah. So then this begs the question, okay, because mistakes happen, we say things we don't mean, or don't mean for them to come out the way they actually do. So the question is, what's the difference between making peace and restoring trust? Because if I have to apologize to you, maybe there's a level of trust on various different
That's true.
you know fronts, right? I mean, we trust each other in where even with how we react to each other, our behaviors to each other, and what we say to each other.
True. Because in a marriage, you trust each other with everything.
With everything, right?
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
So you want to do both, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You want to make peace, but you're also pushing for restoration, in a sense, restoring trust. Because I know for me, trust is going to be sitting right there looking at you.
Oh,
That's just how I am.
that's how you are.
That's just how I am.
That's how you are.
I will make adjustments. You acting up, okay, you know what? I now no longer trust you in this.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I want to, I guess, say that we should probably look at more of an emphasis on restoring that trust, right?
Yeah.
Because you can make peace, right? And there could
Yeah.
well, let's define peace though.
True. Well, getting along,
Okay.
not just being cordial, but actually feeling like you're having a good time and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Well, and the reason why I say define peace is because sometimes quiet, right, in the home
That's true.
is, and here it can be mistaken as peace.
True.
Hey, you ain't yelling at me today.
If I'm upset with you, I'm going to be quiet.
And that's the thing. So
You don't want that peace.
Right. And that's my point, right?
But in some people's cases, that peace might be good if they really got a talker.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but that goes back to the question. Hey, did I apologize just so that you can stop yelling at me?
Honestly, I think men do.
I mean, well, men, what? Everybody does this.
I don't know that I do. I'm not going to apologize for real if I don't mean it. It's
Right.
you're going to have a hard time getting that
Well,
that
all
one
I'm
out
saying
of me.
is you said men, so I'm
Right,
not trying
but
to generalize it like that.
I feel like, well, we don't have to generalize. That is how I feel, though.
I mean, so I think the reality is, in general, people will apologize just so that we can keep the peace or keep quiet,
Yeah.
right? So that we don't have that tension.
Yeah, I think people will try. I will agree there.
Yeah, I mean, and so then the question is, are we really resolving anything? Right? I mean,
A
if
lot
we're
of times when it's that answer generally is no.
right.
There's no result, particularly if you don't agree anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you're at odds, but you just want to stop being at odds.
Right.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Then I think people will generally, I guess, apologize.
Yeah.
Just to be like, okay, let's just.
Yeah. I mean, and the other part of that is sometimes people will apologize because the other expects an apology.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just like, oh man, well, you know what? She's going to want me to apologize for this, right?
Yeah.
But then, is that really the purpose? Just so that I can appease you?
No, and I know I wouldn't want that apology.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's
I want the actual, I'm sorry for what I did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for details.
right. And we'll go into what, the actual elements of
You
it.
should, I don't want to get ahead. Sorry. You're right.
But the reality is sometimes that's what happens, right? You either do it so that the other can shut up, right?
Yeah.
Or you do it because, you know what? She ain't gonna be right until I say this.
Be like, oh my God, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's how
I've seen that on TV.
I mean, it happens in real life. Not
I'm sure that it does.
it's, I mean, but I think that's the reason why. That's the reason why the people, when we, we face challenges and we never really get ahead
Yeah.
because
you never really worked it out because you never even really felt like you needed to apologize.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
I mean, and then, and you're one, I'm sure, that will understand this, if not really embody this thought process. Is that if you did it again, then that apology that you gave me 2 years ago was null and void. It didn't mean anything.
Didn't mean nothing. And now I for real don't trust you.
Right. So I get that, right? So
now you got some making up to do.
So then, we really need to consider what the purpose of the apology is.
Yeah, and understanding what you're sorry for.
Yeah. I mean, and making sure that we are doing something, we are looking for that restoration, that healing.
Right.
As opposed to just, hey, let's
it over.
Yeah, let's not be, because the reason why that term sweeping it under the rug comes in because the dirt is still there.
It's still there.
Right. So then if we're accustomed to just sweeping stuff under the rug because by way of using an apology, right, then the stuff is still there.
Right.
It is still there. It's still there.
The rug and it'll jump out at you.
Right. And here's the thing. It's there for you and it's there for the other person.
Yes. It's just sitting there waiting because it's going to come back up.
Yes. Now, I mean, and I say for you and for the other person.
Blow that rug.
Oh, yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah. I say that the other person, I mean, when I say spouse or, your partner, but this applies in any relationship.
It really does. Yeah. Right. It does.
But we're focusing here on marriage, but I think that the point is that if we really need to consider what the purpose is, why we're doing this, why we are apologizing.
Right.
And, and then pushing towards that goal, right, for the purpose. So we understand what we're considering what the purpose is, right? We're considering what the purpose is. I don't want to say understand because you still got to work through that.
You do.
Right? You've got to work through that. I've got to work through it.
Yes.
We all have to work through the purpose of the apology.
Yes, I was about to say not just the person who needs to apologize, but also the person who wants the apology. Both have to work through it.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay, so that's a very good point, right? Because my question is, how does that look for the person wanting the apology? How does that look?
think for the person who wants the apology, you need to know that if that apology comes in a sincere way, then you have to then let it go.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, it's not sincere, you don't feel like it, then, fine, say, hey, I don't believe you.
Right.
But if it is sincere, then you have to let it go. But also look to see why you needing the apology. Will that apology make a difference for you? Because it may not.
So
you might still hear it as hot air.
Yeah. Now I really appreciate that sentiment because oftentimes when we require an apology, it's because it's for the person that is apologizing.
Yeah, it's not just acknowledging. It's not like if I'm expecting an apology, it's not for me, just you acknowledging that you did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's for both of us, honestly.
Yeah. So and I just want to be really clear. What we're saying is that I can't expect you to apologize just for you to apologize.
Correct.
Right? There's some responsibility on my part as well.
Yes.
Right? Because then if you do give a sincere apology, and we'll talk about what that is, but if you do give a sincere apology, then I have a responsibility
to then forgive it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. So the next major point here is understanding what we are sorry for.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Understanding what we are sorry for. A good apology starts with understanding the hurt that you caused, not just saying, I'm sorry.
Right.
So
not just saying you're sorry, not just be like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
No.
I'm from New York. I'm from New York, and I remember growing up and getting frustrated with people. You take the subway or get on the bus or whatever, right? And people just bump into each other.
It was so aggravating.
Oh man, right? And one of the things that would always
bus and somebody squeeze in between, knowing they can't fit, drive me nuts.
Yes. So, but
city living.
But here's the thing that we had become so accustomed to saying to each other, my bad. My bad. Now, I mean, you say it, you're not from New York.
I'm
Right?
not from New York.
But my bad. Our sons, they will say
Yeah.
that. My bad. So I mean, this is an ongoing
They
thing.
must have got it from us because they're from here.
So that's an ongoing thing. My bad. But what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't mean I'm sorry. I don't think it means that. I guess it's acknowledging that I did something wrong, but I don't know that I'm sorry for it.
Or even care to know what I did. You know what I mean? It's just my
And
bad.
a lot of times I'll say, my bad, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll come back to back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's knee jerk reaction. It's
It is.
you know, I mean,
But if I'm talking to men, it's generally gonna be my bad. It seems like that's just how y'all understand. So
wow,
you know.
wow, okay. No, I mean,
I'm in a house of men.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You are. I mean, they use it. So do they accept it? I don't know.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They accept it.
Okay. So I can do something to them and say my bad, and everything will be all right.
It seems like it. I mean, if they call me, I'll be like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and they seem to be all right with it.
But I mean,
Ain't had no issues.
here's the thing. The reason why my bad or I'm sorry really doesn't do much is because it doesn't really acknowledge, like you say, it doesn't acknowledge what you've done.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
and there's two parts of this, right? Not just what you have done, but the hurt that you might have caused.
That's true.
You know?
And oftentimes, when I hear people say my bad, it's on a lighter scale.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
usually doesn't involve like hurt.
hmm
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of thrown out there.
Yeah. So I mean, so then, you know, understanding. I mean, what are you apologizing?
Apologizing for. Apologizing.
Apologizing.
Go ahead and spell that.
Yes. What are you apologizing for? But like we say, a good apology starts with understanding the hurt
Yeah.
that you caused.
Not just saying I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, because that's the only reason, I want to say the only reason, but that's the reason why we're at this point.
True.
Because I done caused some pain and I need to make amends for it.
What's the difference between intent and impact?
You know, that's one of the first things, and this is more of a defensive thing, right? Where you say, well, I didn't intend for that. I didn't mean for it to be that way, right? I didn't mean for it to sound like that. I didn't mean for it to affect you this way. But does that mean that does that make a difference?
I think it does, like 2%.
Okay.
Particularly if it's an impact situation.
Yeah.
So then I can only say for me,
Uh-huh.
for me, the fact that you didn't mean for it to happen is only a small piece of it. The bigger picture is that it did and the impact that it gave. So, because sometimes the impact is not just on the other person, it could be on multiple people.
Yes.
So if it's on many people, let's say if it affects the whole family, then your little "I didn't mean for it to happen" don't mean
yes.
nothing.
Don't mean nothing. Right.
So it depends on the situation.
Yeah. But I mean, again,
But it is acknowledging.
it's
you did
acknowledging that you
wrong.
did
Yeah.
wrong, right? But I mean, on top of that, though, like what you said initially, 2%. You know, I mean,
just
so
threw out a
then,
number. I'm sure it's more than that, but it's not as much as the impact would
As the
be, depending
impact.
upon what the situation is. Yeah.
right, right. So I mean, acknowledging what you've done is one thing, but acknowledging the impact that it had on the receiving party or the person that you know that was impacted by it. You know, so that's where we have to do an introspection on you know, how we are and how we treat each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we've got to remember, like you say, the impact that our decisions have on the people around us.
Yeah. I know when I was in daycare, when I worked in daycare, and I would tell the older students, you know, like after school care or whatever, and somebody would hit another kid.
hmm
Let's say, for instance, Johnny hit
Susie.
not a girl,
Oh.
Sammy.
Oh, okay.
So I would tell Johnny, look, don't be hitting Sammy because you don't know how Sammy gonna hit you back.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that to me is the same thing. Don't say something or do something because you don't know what the impact's gonna be
That's
or
right.
how it's gonna come back at you.
Yeah. Or the retaliation. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So yeah. So there's a
Well,
big
not
difference.
just retaliation, but the impact of what you did.
Oh, okay.
too.
Yeah. How it affects
Right.
Sammy.
Yes, how it affects Sammy, and then of course how Sammy's going to react to how it affected him.
Yes.
But that works the same for this situation.
Yeah. I mean, and what ends up happening if we don't iron that out, or if we're not intentional about identifying that difference, the impact versus intent, then we sit here arguing over who's right or wrong.
This is true, but an actual conversation has to happen.
Yeah.
It's not just the argument to me really isn't enough, because you're heated. Even if it's a spirited argument that isn't an argument, let's say a spirited discussion whose voice is never raised, but you're just kind of back and forth.
Right.
But still, if your emotions are in it, in my opinion, you still need to have another conversation.
Well, I mean, but that's my point.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point, because once you and before I can, like, if there's an issue between you and I, before I come to you, I've got to really kind of think about this. Okay, what impact did I have on you?
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know that until the argument comes.
Right. Yeah.
But then you don't see the other sides
Yeah.
in the argument usually, which is where the later conversation comes.
And I think, the overall point in understanding what that is that, hey, regardless of whether I meant to, I did.
Right.
Right. And so because I actually did, whether it be hurt you or said something wrong or whatever the case may be, on the back end of it, what ends up happening if I don't have that understanding, then we are sitting here arguing over why.
Right. You're arguing over why.
Why did you do that? Well, why do you feel this way about it?
Yes, but then it also goes into the who's right and who's wrong.
Absolutely.
And then the argument is just pointless.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that takes you right into validating the partner's feelings.
Yes.
Rather than debating over who's right.
Yes.
Because it's not always necessary.
Right. And I mean, honestly, we, and I know that was in the past. I mean, and I'm still working on this, but that was one of my things, right? I would always, if you approach me with something, I would always jump on the defensive.
Sure would.
Jump on the defensive.
Triple harder to solve anything.
Yeah, I jump on the defensive, and that's where hey, I didn't mean for it to be that way, so I should get a pass. No, I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Nor am I giving one.
Right, and I think that's what happens in our mind, right? And we think, well, I didn't mean for it to be that way, so you should. Yes,
but the action still has to be corrected.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you meant to or not.
Right.
And that's why we still talk about it.
Yeah. So if you didn't mean to hurt someone, right? So let's give an example, right? If I didn't mean to hurt you. So I don't want to say I didn't mean to hurt you, but I see that what I did actually did hurt you, and I understand why.
And then if you didn't mean to do something wrong, to hurt someone or to hurt their feelings or to give the impact that it gave, then your apology should be extra sincere since you didn't mean to.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a conversation.
Right. And the point about
it's
that
just
is
you sit there listening.
Yeah. Right. And the way that actually works is, that's deep down within you because you didn't mean it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then what out of the depths of the heart, the mouth speaks, that's a Bible text.
Right. But also my point is there should be no defensiveness.
Right.
If you never meant it.
If you never meant it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So let's talk about the elements of a sincere apology. And you talk about a sincere apology because if you didn't really mean it, then it should be extra sincere, right?
That's how I feel about it.
That's how you feel. Okay. So let's talk about...
I don't know if I'm right. That's just how I feel about it.
We're going to give 5 basic, and you may can add to it, but the 5 basic elements, right? Number 1, acknowledging the specific wrongdoing. Acknowledging the specific wrongdoing. So then I know that I hurt you when I did this or when I said this, right? So we because we have a tendency to say, "Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way."
Yeah, that's not an apology.
That's not an apology, right?
You can bet you hear that. That's not an apology.
Yeah. Now I'm more mad actually.
Okay.
So really acknowledging, hey,
that means that they actually disagree.
Right. So acknowledging what I did hurt you.
Yes.
That's where this is, right? Point 1, acknowledging the specific wrongdoing. So the impact of what I did on you.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
Being able to acknowledge that. So that's going to be element number 1. Element number 2 is taking complete responsibility. I remember...
no ifs and no but statements.
Yes, right.
That has to be in there because if you have an if or a but, that's not complete.
Yes. So I remember a spirited discussion that we have had in the past. And, and you'll remember this. I had to leave to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I left and I got down the road and I was really feeling pretty good about myself. You know, oh man, I need to call and apologize, right? I need to call and apologize because I really didn't leave that discussion in a positive result. I just
I'm trying to see if I remember.
get halfway down the road and I'm just driving and I call and I said, you know what? I'm sorry. You know, I shouldn't have said what I said. I shouldn't have did what I did. You know, whatever the case was, I was trying to apologize. And I said, you know, but if you maybe if you did it this way, or maybe if you did it that way, right? All I did
that
was
wasn't even just one. That happened on several occasions.
Oh yeah, no.
This particular one, you just happened to call back in the car.
In the car,
yeah.
yes.
But your points there happened often. Back in the day, he's changed a little bit now, y'all.
So yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
that is not about. All I did was just negate the first half of what I just said.
Oh, did.
You know, because I
now
did not.
Made me real mad.
Yeah, I did not really take responsibility because now I made it your fault. Right? Because you said this and you did that.
That is
the
called
reason why.
Gaslighting. That's what that's called.
Yeah, I mean, so really taking full responsibility means you had every opportunity to choose
Yes.
to do the right thing, and yet you did not.
You chose to be the victim.
Yeah. And yeah, you chose to be the victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are other terms that we use for people who do that all the time, but we'll digress from that.
Yes.
You know, you can let us know in the comments what you think I'm referring to. But anyway, that may be something we'll talk about in another episode.
Maybe.
All right, so we the first two elements, right? Acknowledge the specific wrongdoing and taking complete responsibility.
Yes.
Number
exactly.
3 would be expressing genuine remorse.
Genuine is the key word there.
Yes.
Genuine
expressing
remorse.
genuine remorse. You know, I think one thing that that is obvious. I mean, like you say, when you really did not intend to, and that's I think this is the point that you were making, right? Is really kind of that remorse. Man, I don't believe I did that. I don't believe I said that.
Yes.
You know, how could I have let those words come out of my mouth, or how could I have allowed myself to behave?
And
in
when
that
you're
manner?
feeling that way, you are doing the next one, empathizing with your partner's feelings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now you are putting yourself in their
Correct.
shoes and saying, man, I can't imagine how you must feel having experienced that,
Right.
you know, as a result of what I've done
Right.
or what I said, you know, or if you had said that to me, I would be devastated.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to flip it around. But looking into yourself is hard. We're not going to act like it's not. Acknowledging that you have done wrong is hard because no one actually wants to and
Yeah.
urges to do that.
Right, right.
No one really wants to have to look inside and accept that they have done something wrong. So, but just, you know, suck it up, buttercup. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
We're all human. You're not going to be right all the time. And there are
Right.
times when you're going to do something or say something that's wrong or that hurts another person or that offends or however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And so looking into yourself to see where you went wrong, what happened,
Mhm.
how they feel about it, and actually having empathy for that other person because of what you did or said is still necessary.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. We all, and if you put yourself
Yeah.
in another person's shoes, we all want to feel like my feelings matter,
Yes.
right? That you care that I am hurting right now.
Right.
And many times we miss that.
Yeah.
We miss that, you know, that empathy portion. We just, you know what? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You know, get over it, like you say, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is, I have to put myself in your shoes and then express to you
Yes.
the, you know, how I can imagine you feeling.
And I'm going to take it a step further.
Okay.
And you may or may not agree with this,
Mhm.
but I'm going to say it from a female's perspective.
Okay.
From a wife perspective, the apology from her husband is different.
Mm.
The reason why is because the husband's already the head of the household.
Yeah.
So then we're supposed to be the submissive. At least that's how the world gives it.
Mm.
So then if the apology isn't real coming from him, it makes the woman feel like she has no voice.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then I tried to tell you what happened, what you did, and how I felt about it, and then you literally ignore me because you're not giving no real apology.
Right.
Then what am I here for?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so many things that women fight up against. Just being at the bottom of the total pole because, we not long got rights, really, for real. So, and then there are still so many issues amongst, let's say, the South.
Mhm.
There's still so many issues amongst where the female lies in the home
Yeah.
and the traditions of that role, blah,
Mhm.
blah, 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 blah.
Blah,
But,
blah, blah, blah.
right. But what should be known and appreciated is the respect of the woman in the home.
Yeah.
But if there's no apology coming, then the respect doesn't feel like it's there.
And here's what's tragic about what you're talking about is when a husband and wife to come together, we are one.
Yes.
So if I can't,
Without the wife, there would be no home.
right, and if I can't respect you, then what kind of respect do I have for myself? I should be
Yeah.
able to respect both of us in
Equally.
equally. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the word I'm looking for. Equally. So yeah. So
We should submit one to another.
Yeah.
And not feel like only the woman should do that. So yeah, that's difficult. And particularly when you have a wife who is independent.
mm,
I know I'm an independent woman. Yeah. Sometimes probably a little too independent, but that's just how and who I am. And it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So when those kinds of things come and I don't feel like I have a voice, now I'm just like, well, all right, well, I'll just do me, you do you.
yeah.
And that's not how we should feel.
Yeah.
But that has happened on occasion. And then I have to check myself. You know what I mean? Because that's not how I should feel about it. That's not how it should be presented either. But then now we've got both sides.
Yeah.
So it should be clear across the board.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. We've got 5 elements. We've dealt with 4,
Yes.
right? Acknowledging specific wrongdoing, taking complete responsibility, expressing remorse, and empathizing with your partner's feelings. The 5th one, sorry,
Making amends or committing to
Committing
change.
to change. Now, let me ask you this, okay? Do you think
I like that one.
you like that one? Okay. All right. Because now we talk about the 5 love languages in previous episodes, right?
Yes.
So then, speaking your love language, like for you, is receiving gifts, right?
Yes.
Is that
But it's also acts of service.
acts of service? Okay. So
that's
acts of
my
service.
major one. Receiving gifts is second.
Oh, okay. In that order. So then, does that make amends? Is that how I can make amends? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
is that enough, or do?
Depend upon the grievance, really.
Okay.
in my
And
opinion.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because sometimes they can be small things. Sometimes they can be big things. Sometimes, I may have hurt you deeper than what you may say. And then the acts of service yours is not acts of service. Yours is
Think
physical
about it.
touch.
Think about it.
And affirmation.
There you
Words
go.
of something.
Words of affirmation.
There
Yeah.
we go. I couldn't get the title right. I was like, I know it's talking. I know it's something. Yes. So then those may work, or one may work and not the other,
Yeah.
even though they're both your major
Mhm. Okay.
love languages. Woo!
Yes. Primary. So then,
Primary love languages.
so
Thank
then,
you.
let me ask you this though. Okay. So then, depending on the grievance, right?
Yes.
If I went to the produce store and brought home, a bunch of pineapple, right?
Which are my favorite.
Which is your favorite. Now, a major grievance, that wouldn't be enough.
Nah.
So does that mean then I gotta
start.
now? Does that mean then I need to go
You
buy
spend
you
$4 on me for some pineapples. That's not gonna make me forgive you.
So then, do I need to go buy you $1 million wedding ring diamond?
No.
I need to buy you a
no.
car, and a car is not $1 million.
Well, now a car just might do it.
So
A nice, great big bow, and the whole neighborhood can see that just might do it.
but now let me tell you something though. All right, so to that point, I mean, we're talking
But
about
no, that's not enough. I
Yeah.
would still want the discussion. I still want to hear your remorse.
Yeah.
I still want to know that there will be change past that.
and that's where I was getting
Yeah.
to the change, right? I mean, we could say we can do these things, right? And yet, if we're not going to change,
That's correct.
then that it makes it a moot point, which leads us into the next the next thing is, right, when sorry is not enough,
Right.
how many times do we have to be here,
Yeah.
right? How many times do we have to be
Because
here?
sometimes when you're in the cycle and you come back around,
Yeah.
that's what you mean by how many times?
Well, yeah, it could be a
You didn't learn your
cycle.
lesson the last time, so it
Yeah.
could be a cycle. Until you learn your lesson, which, most people know that,
Right.
especially in adulthood. If you lived a little life, then you understand that as you live and you learn and you grow, you're supposed to learn the lesson and then not repeat.
Yeah.
Because if you repeated the problem or the issue, that means you never actually learned it.
Never learned the lesson. That's
So
right.
then God's going to bring that thing right back around. It might be 1 year, might be 2, might be 10.
Listen, you ever ask yourself, why does this keep happening to me?
Then you ain't learned your lesson. That's why it keeps happening.
Yeah.
So then you want to put words with action
That's right.
to make a change.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. So until we do that, we're going to keep facing the same thing, but making that change. So repeated apologies lose meaning without a change in behavior.
Yeah.
Right.
And also that behavior, without a change in behavior, without a change period, understand that it's not just you that's suffering. You're also causing problems with your spouse. You're not the only one who's going through things. And your actions affect everybody.
Yes.
So what you do affects me and what I do affects you. And that's just how this works because it's a partnership, because it's a marriage. Sometimes it also affects the full family. Sometimes it affects past the family. It might be affect grandparents or sisters and brothers, or it could affect, it could be something on the job and affect the whole job or that team. There could be many variables, but my
Yeah.
point is it's not just you, it affects. Whatever
Right.
you do or say or create a problem affects more than just you.
Yeah.
So then your thought process has to be in your remorse time, in your let me go back and look inside to apologize time,
Mhm.
understand that it's more than just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also understand that the words of your apology is not enough.
Yes.
Right.
Actions have to come with it.
Actions have to come with it. And those actions, because like you just said, because the impact was on multiple people,
Mhm.
then multiple people have to see those actions.
Yeah, that's true.
Or multiple people have to be impacted by the change in your behavior.
That's correct.
Right. So that's where this is why it's so important for us to really kind of consider everything that we do and say as we interact with each other.
That's true.
Because man, the impact that we can have on people, we can slip up for 30 seconds.
But if you hear your slip up, just go ahead and apologize.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I heard that out loud. I did
Yeah.
not mean to.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to come out that way. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. Whatever the case, I'm so sorry. That was not what I meant at all. Let
Right.
me rephrase it. Sometimes even the rephrasing makes a difference
Yeah.
in the meaning.
Right. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me ask you this, because we talk about change in your behavior, right?
Yes.
How long does it take before a change in behavior is accepted as just that, a change in behavior?
Depends on how long it takes for the change of behavior.
Okay. So are you saying how long it takes before you do what you say you're going to do?
Right. If you say you're going to do it tomorrow, okay.
Okay.
Because tomorrow's come, you
Right.
did it. But what about Wednesday? Is
Okay.
it still going to be the same?
Right.
What about next week? Are you still having that same change of behavior? Is it going to be your 21-day habit? Because 1 or 2 days is not going to be enough for anyone to really be like, oh, okay, he's understanding or she's understanding what the issue was. Okay, she's made a change. No,
Mhm,
because unless it's a habit, unless you never do it again,
Yeah.
there was really no change because it's going to come back around until you learn it. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my challenges is, and this is a personal challenge, is when I exhibit a change in behavior,
Mhm.
I'm a little impatient.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Because I don't like to be in the hot water for this particular thing for too long, especially when I'm making an effort to get out
I
of it.
don't think that's just you. I think that's everybody who wants to be in hot water.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
and
the doghouse or whatever you want to call
Whatever
it.
you
Who wants
call
to be in trouble?
yeah,
Nobody.
I mean, because I know I spend enough time in the
Yeah.
doghouse, but I feel like sometimes, because here's the thing, sometimes it feels as if, in order for an apology to make a difference, there has to be like we said earlier, for the one receiving the apology has to be able to allow for that
Correct.
apology to make a difference.
Correct.
You know, I mean, I can speak it, but if you're not trying to hear it, then
That's true.
what's the point?
That's true. But I think your question is, how long does it take for the forgiveness to hit?
Yeah, just about. I think so. Yeah.
That takes me back to you don't know what's gonna come back at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing. So if there's hurt there, how long do you know when hurt's healed?
Yeah.
So
And
you
you
can't
know,
be impatient, particularly if you're the one who caused problems.
cause the problem. I mean, because we're talking
It'll
about,
heal when it heal. You just gotta wait.
yeah, we're talking about the severity of the hurt.
Right.
We're talking about how many times we've been here.
Yes.
You know,
Several things.
yeah.
If I'm just quickly offended, you know,
Yeah.
I'll, you know, but it depends on the person too.
Yeah.
Some people don't forgive easily.
Yeah.
Shoot, some people don't forgive.
At all.
So, yeah, you know, you have to know who you married.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to know who your partner is, you know, and then adjust your apology accordingly.
Now, and so that means then, as I say my challenge, and you say everyone's challenged with that same thing. I guess that's something that we just going to have to learn
Your
how to be
patience are
patient.
going to be challenged. It
So
just is what it is.
We're going to have,
Yeah.
and that doesn't mean that you change you stop the change in the behavior.
Correct.
Right? You have to be consistent so that that doesn't happen again.
But you can't say I'm sorry to Susan and then Susan say, okay, no problem.
Yeah,
After
sometimes
you
that's
done
how I
hurt
want
Susan. No.
it. Sometimes that's how I want it. I ain't gonna lie.
That's not-
Sometimes that's how I want it.
That's how everybody wants it, but that's not how it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So you know, but you know what the reality is the level of pain that
Correct.
a person has felt because of what you've done actually dictates how long it takes.
That is correct.
You know, and I mean, but there again, I think we also, we
Or
all
even
have
if
a
it's created
responsibility,
trauma.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
be a trauma response.
or could be a trigger.
Yes, it could. Yeah,
It could be a trigger.
of something else.
Yeah.
Some other trauma from someone else.
Yeah, you know, something
You
that we
don't
were
know.
talking about the other day. What did I say? That adaptive child syndrome. I mean, something we can talk about another. But you know, sometimes what we experience triggers us because of how we adapted as a child.
Correct.
You know. So anyway, I don't want to dig into that one because we can get lost there.
This is true.
But consistency, transparency, and effort, those are the ways that we can actually earn that trust. Because you asked the question, can trust return even if forgiveness comes slowly?
Yeah.
You know, and when does that healing begin? And that depends on the level of hurt that has been
Yeah,
caused
that's true.
and how deep that etched our heart. Let's see, ego, pride, and vulnerability, right? Why apologizing can feel like losing power. Why is it that apologizing feels like losing power, but actually builds emotional safety? So,
Yeah, it actually builds muscle
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
on both ends, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
To be able to hear an apology and accept it, or at least try to accept it, you know what I mean? I think builds emotional muscles.
Mhm.
Because I can't go in knowing I'm going to get an apology and I'm already shut down.
Ooh,
That's not cool.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whether it comes sincerely or not, and I
Mhm.
just walk in, shut down, knowing come on.
yeah, yeah.
So then you have to go in willingly. That's why I said it really works on both ends.
hmm
But then those who are apologizing really have to give it in order to get the other person to understand that they really mean it.
Yeah,
So that we can say, okay, together we can move forward.
yeah,
This is me coming to you to say, hey, I want to move forward. Here is my apology. Now let's go forth and be great. You know what I mean?
what is it? Hold on. Live long and prosper.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Was it Star Trek?
Yes,
Oh.
that was Spock. Live long. I can do it better with my right hand than my left. Live long and
Yeah, your left
prosper.
hand, you were trying to work it out.
Oh man, yeah, that was, and I may still have it wrong.
Tell the audience listening what you're doing.
So Spock, you know, there's a way that the Vulcan holds their hand.
Was that
where
what Spock was? He was a Vulcan?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he was actually part Vulcan.
All right, with the pointy ears.
Yes, Yes. So he was because his mother was human. His
Hmm.
father was Vulcan.
Oh, well, you know what? You learn something new every day. I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. So
Not a Trekkie, though.
yeah, and don't get me started because
I
as an
understand.
outcast and stuff because of who he was and how yeah, it just
Yeah, we're not going to get you started.
yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I forgot now where we were.
Ooh, where
No,
were we? We're in 5.
in order to move forward, right? We both have to
Yes.
be in a position to be ready to move forward, right?
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this: how do you think culture and gender expectations impact our willingness to apologize? Because it would go back to what you were saying. You're talking about men think a particular way. So how do you feel like? I know you have some pretty one-sided view on that.
Well, here's the thing. Men tend to have bigger egos.
Yeah,
So it's not really one-sided. That's just what it is.
it is.
That's
It is.
fact.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't front. That is the truth.
That's fact. So then the chances of you all apologizing in a remorseful way are slimmer than ours.
Mm,
Just is what it is.
Yeah.
So, with that said,
Okay.
then I feel, now we're going into my opinion.
Yeah.
Then I feel that you all tend to be more impatient because you don't even want to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
So
I
then
mean,
that's
I
why
done
you
said
want
it. I said it. Why are we
and
still
that's
here?
why you want that quick return. But that's not how we operate. We want our heartstrings pulled because you hurt us.
Yeah.
So then we want you to, for real, apologize. And of course, that's where, when you were mentioning earlier, the love languages, that's where those come in.
Yeah.
But because we tend to be more on the sensitive side, then, yeah, that's more of what we're looking for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I agree. Our ego gets in the way 100%
Women can
of
have
the time.
egos. I'm not going to say that we don't.
Yeah.
We also have pride.
Well, and
But
I'm speaking generally. I mean,
Men
I do
tend to
agree.
have, yeah.
I do agree that
That's
men
y'all's
have
makeup.
more ego issues than women do. But overall, everyone
Yes.
has an ego issue that can compromise our ability. Now, I think the other part of that, though, is feeling safe in that spot. Or this term safe space, having a safe
Yeah.
space
Yeah.
in order to be vulnerable enough
To apologize?
to apologize.
Hmm.
Because
Coming from a man's perspective, or are you just saying in general?
in general,
Okay.
because here's the thing. Now it is very tempting. It
You
is
don't know
very
if I agree
tempting.
with that one.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I say this. It is very tempting to hear an apology,
Yeah.
right, and then continue to lash out.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm
But you
saying?
should still go for the apology, though.
Well, no. I agree.
Oh.
What I'm saying is though,
You're
because
trying
then
to
if
decide what you said.
no, what I'm saying is like I come to you
Mhm.
and say, you know what, babe, I come to apologize, and right after you hear that apology, you could say, well, I accept that apology, but da 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 da, and we could still go in.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where we don't. I say we, generally speaking, we don't feel safe because I'm not coming to apologize to hear you cuss me out again.
This is true. So I can tell you a couple things.
Okay.
One, when you come and apologize, and I'll just say to a female, whether this is right for all females or not, but when you come and apologize to a female, you need to come with kindness.
Okay.
So come with kindness, come with a gift.
Mhm.
That'll help bring us down.
Yeah.
It'll help bring down those walls for us. Come with a gift of some sort. This is why diamonds are a girl's best friend. I'm just saying. But even if it's not that, you want to come with some sincerity there.
Right.
And that needs to be felt. So we tend to go on energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and that's what I mean by sensitivity.
Okay.
We're going to read your energy. You coming, even when you say it.
Yeah.
If it's via text, if it's call, we're going to read that energy.
Yeah.
So then your energy needs to be correct to come to us to say, hey, I'm coming to apologize.
Mm.
You want to come with some remorse. You want to come with open arms. You want to come with your walls down so that we don't have our walls up.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Then you won't have does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or at least it'll be less likely.
Yeah. I think that I think people I mean, if we don't do like what you say, just come ready to, humbly express that apology.
Right.
Um,
If I come to you and I say, babe, I need to apologize or I
mhm,
need to talk to you, I'm going to come to you holding your hand,
mhm,
ready to give you a massage or something to kind of
mhm.
help bring down those walls,
Yeah,
particularly if we're still in an upset situation.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
So then, if that's what I would do for you, that's how a female generally will come to
Mm,
do that. Then that's what the men should do for the female.
okay.
Y'all
All right.
just don't be thinking about
No, I mean, because I mean, look, if I got to apologize to one of my boys, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you know what? My bad.
But okay, and let's keep that. Let's keep that. So if you say, "Okay, bro, my bad," do y'all then dap or you just walk away?
I guess it depends on the relationship. I mean, who you know what I'm saying, like who it is, and I don't know the answer to that.
Sometimes it could be a conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be a dap up.
Hmm.
Sometimes it could be a
It could
hug.
be, yeah. Yeah, it could be a hug. I mean, I know, I got a couple partners now. It'll
My
be a hug.
point is, it's not just one thing; it's multiples.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Got
then
you.
that same energy needs to come
Yes.
to the female.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let me ask you this then: how do we apologize when we're both at fault?
Yeah, well, the conversation in there is where it goes. I mean, you may not even ever have to give a gift. You know what I mean? If the argument or the spirited discussion then calms down and then goes into a real discussion,
Yeah.
you may not ever have to come back and apologize because your apology could be there.
Yeah. You
The
know.
other person could see, oh, you know what? I could have done this better too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that this would have never happened. Sometimes it's a domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those discussions, key. Communication is a serious thing and it is
Yeah.
a major thing. And it is a primary thing when you're dealing with a marriage.
Yeah.
Communication has to happen. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah. You know, the other part of that is coming together.
Yes.
Right. When you come together, you're talking about that communication, but a key point to that communication is I'm coming to apologize for my wrongdoing
Yes.
and not expecting your apology for your wrongdoing.
True.
All right.
But now I could have done some wrong if in our argument,
Mhm.
because that's the other piece to it. If we were arguing or having a spiritual discussion, then I said something out of pocket because you made me mad. See, now I got to apologize too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I guess that's my point, right? I mean, because if both of us are hurt by it,
Yes.
I need to focus on what I've done wrong and
Correct.
how it impacted you, right? Because if I'm not focused on that, but I'm thinking about, well, when she gonna apologize for what she did to me? You see what I'm saying? Then the
You're not really
sincerity,
giving your real apology.
yeah, that sincerity is gone at that
Yes,
point.
it is.
Because I'm not going to fully apologize until I hear yours. You know what I mean? That's just how that
And then
works.
what if I say, well, what am I apologizing for?
And then you know what? Well, you ain't getting mine.
And we're right back in the same cycle.
So
That's why I said each person has to look at themselves.
Yeah.
Even if you feel like you didn't do nothing wrong,
Yeah,
still
yeah.
look.
yeah,
But just in case.
because this is not right. This is not a game where we're keeping score, right? There's no scoreboard here.
Nobody wants to come back around to it.
Yeah. It is something I remember saying in the past, probably in an earlier episode. You want to, in arguing, right?
Yes.
One of our first episodes is like arguing with your spouse.
Mhm.
Strive to understand, right? Before striving to be understood.
Yes.
And basically, I mean, it's a principle that that basically just means, hey, I need to understand the impact that I've had on you.
Right.
And make sure that I express my remorse and acknowledgement of what I've done to have that impact on you.
Right.
And that should be my primary goal in this, right? To come to you and say, hey, I recognize that I did this wrong. I recognize how this made you feel. And I'm so deeply sorry for what I've done to
Right.
you, right? And if I do it that way, then without expecting you to apologize for it, because we're still talking about when both are at fault, right?
Okay.
If I do it that way without expecting or waiting for you to apologize for what you are culpable with, then I can at least get mine out. I can get mine out. But that breaks down that barrier that you're talking about.
Right, that's true.
It breaks down that barrier and then puts us in a position where we can continue to grow, right? So then basically what we're saying, we want to pause and reflect on what it is, okay? Because you got to really think through this. To give an apology immediately after something has happened, right? I mean, outside of, maybe a small thing or just or rewording
if you
something.
Immediately realize where the problem is and that you did wrong. Then go ahead and give the apology. Yes, but then sometimes it takes some thought.
It takes some thought, right? So you definitely want to do that. Rephrasing defensiveness into empathy. That's another tip that we can use. Again, I was always jumping to the defensive. That's who I was.
And he couldn't hear when I said, that's you.
Yeah.
Why are you always doing this? That's on you.
Yeah. So that was always the case for so
if that's the case for you, if you know you're the one who always on the defensive, go get counseling.
Yeah.
There's a deeper problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's probably that adaptive child thing. Anyway, keep on moving. And then maybe you need to write it down.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're challenged with speaking, from the heart. Sometimes I'll admit that's a challenge for me sometimes, speaking from the heart, unless I write it down. And I don't write things down like that. But what happens, I end up, maybe I'll go talk in circles or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe.
And I was going to say, I know, like for me, with a little bit of attention deficit, I may not remember what it was I
was supposed to say. Yeah.
If I had 3 points and I only remember 2, I'll be like, you know what? I had another point I was supposed to say in my apology.
Yeah.
So then writing it down works out. That way, if it's on your hand, it doesn't matter. The point is that you get all of your points out.
That's right.
That you say really what's on your heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that is this week's episode, right? The anatomy of an apology. All right. You want to close this out, babe?
Sure. Let's see if I remember everything. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
That's enough,
Hopefully Hopefully you learned something from this episode today. If it was your first time, we ask that you come back again.
Yes, again.
Make sure you listen to us next week on Thursday at 4:00 Eastern, 3:00 Central, on envision-radio.com. .com. I was late, y'all. You were late.
Well, that's because.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna stop you because I'll tell you why I thought I was late, because I was remembering on Vision Radio on this particular episode. If you're listening to it, today is your birthday.
Yes. By the time it airs, it'll be my birthday. That is correct. On Thursday.
Yes.
January the 15th.
That's it.
Just in case you missed it.
Yeah. So there it is. Her birthday.
That's my shout out.
So everybody so then please email us at Kenya at marriagebelike.com and let her know that, let her hear you say happy birthday. Or wherever you get your podcast, YouTube, or you can check us out on our socials at Facebook at Marriage Be Like. And tell her happy birthday.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
To hear from the fans, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So listen, 2 more things here, and then we're getting out of the way. Marriage Be Like podcast is a production of Green Room Entertainment. You can check us out at greenroomentertain.com, award-winning media production company. And then also, we have the Echoes of Faith.
Faith.
Yes, we did it right this time.
I was trying to make sure I was ready.
Echoes of Faith is a 30-day devotional. It is not dated, which means then you can start at any time and end at any time and do it again.
Yes, that's correct. So it's a great devotional.
Yes.
Personal stories in here.
Yes.
Lots of love. Also, speaking of devotionals, that was our first one last year.
That's right.
And this year we'll be doing another one, compilation with Envision Radio. So we're pretty excited about that.
Yes. So keep it here out for that.
By 2025, and make sure you're ready by 2026.
That's right. And the music that you hear right now, produced by our son KEG Beats. So holler at us if you want a beat from KEG Beats. All right.
Hopefully you learned something today about apologies, and you can spread the word. Go back and listen to our other episodes as well.
That's right.
And I appreciate you listening, watching.
Yes.
Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Oh, I gotta pee.
Gotta pee. I could hear it in your